Are we looking at the birth of the modern day trillion-dollar app store? OpenAI just announced that developers can now submit their apps to ChatGPT directly. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what this means and take a couple apps for a spin at the end. First, they announced Apps SDK in beta, which is effectively a toolkit that allows you to build these chat native experiences. But the secret sauce in all of this is our good friend MCP. If you don't know MCP, it is a protocol launched by Anthropic back in November last year. It effectively allows AI applications like ChatGPT to talk to your applications directly, and it may be helpful to think about it kind of like a modern day HTTP, not because it does the same thing, but because it standardizes who can talk to what and how. So basically this apps SDK is just a wrapper under the hood. You use MCP to actually connect to your data and your tools. And then you can use the SDK to slap a user interface on top of it. Secondly, you'll be able to call an app by @mentioning, similar to how you'd mention someone in Slack. And this is a pattern that we first saw in GitHub Copilot, where they allowed having Copilot extensions, which allowed @mentioning different extensions to invoke them. And they're experimenting with proactively recommending apps. Let's say you're planning your travels and you would automatically recommend using the Expedia app to book your flights and your accommodation, which almost sounds like a game changer to discover applications, but also has other implication in terms of advertising different apps. I'd be curious to understand how it would end up using Expedia in that example versus booking.com. Now comes the fun part. Let's test it out and see if it's actually good yet. So the first app that I tried here is OpenTable, and I tried to find a nice dinner reservation as my wife had just finished her medical board exams. And the OpenTable app just said a generic, "We can't find a match for your search results." and that's a great start. And the second app that I tried is Figma. And here I asked Figma to design a UI for a simple daily journaling app. And in response, I just got a flowchart back, and it seems like Figma app can only work with FigJam currently. So unless I want some sticky notes and a flowchart, it seems like I'm out of luck. And look, I get it. I only tried a couple apps and it's still early days, and majority of it is probably clunky and messy. Remember when the first iPhone launched? All the apps are probably trash. Truthfully, I don't remember because I actually didn't have a phone back then. So yeah, let's give it a year, and who knows, maybe this will take off similar to the mobile app stores. So are you excited? Are you building for it? Drop a comment below if you're building and tell us what you're building.